Hello, it's Rosemary, and I want to talk about vision habits and how difficult it is sometimes to change our habits of use, how we use our eyes. And I remember one of the most difficult ones for me was to look away from the book when I'm reading. And so I'd be reading away, and then I'd go, I've got to look up, but I want to read the book. And there was such a strong desire to read, and so little desire to look in the distance. It was this interesting kind of tugging that would go on. And then I get myself to look in the distance, and what I found is that when I looked at the distance, especially, just to go backwards a minute, I went back to school in this country when I was 30. So there I am in this, studying for this exam, and it was a technical, biophysiology or something like that. Really interesting to me, but I needed to know all the names of all the neurotransmitters and exactly how they worked with the in the brain, in the body. And what I found was that when I looked off in the distance and I would look for squirrels, that was always my thing. I'd always look for the squirrels. I found that my brain did this thing where it felt like the information I'd just taken in went lateral. And I'd start thinking about, so then that's why that happens. And this is why this happens. So instead of my old way of doing it, like I did in high school and when I was training, which was kind of sit in the library and absorb all the information, and then let it all gush out in the exam and forget it, it felt like I was being more intelligent, in quotation marks. And the same with reading novels. When I look off in the distance, I think more about the people. I think about, what I might have done in that situation. I get a much broader experience of reading. And I find that really interesting. I don't know why I stopped reading like that. And I'm glad that I've had those experiences because it makes it easier for me to try to persuade other people to do the same thing. We need to look off in the distance when we look at when we're working on the computer, when we're chopping veggies, when we're transplanting seedlings. If we're doing long distance driving, we need to look at the odometer, at our hands. We need to just change the focus all the time. And it's just interesting how our minds get stuck on things. In holistic vision improvement, we call it staring. So we get kind of this stare thing going. And it's like the brain has stopped processing what's coming in consciously through the eyes. So this staring habit is really, I think, the crux of the matter, because we start kind of staring at the book and staring at the computer, and we get stuck and locked in. And eyes need to move. They need to move all the time. That's how we see best. So changing vision habits is tricky, but it's, as I said before, it's very, very rewarding, and you'll be interested to see what happens for you.